Hello, my name is Tolly Bryn. This is the Joy of Awareness. I'm here in an incredible place called Stórurð in the northeast of Iceland. This is just one of the most incredible places I've ever been to. Just did about a 1 hour hike to get here. So I'm a bit winded, but just take a look at this. Dear God, what is this place? Absolutely amazing, and I'm really early, or quite early at least, so there are no other people here. I've got this it's really blue, clear lake, and just these incredible mountains and that tiny glacier up there. Man, it's absolutely amazing. But yeah, I decided since I'm here alone, I'd do a bit of a walk and talk, because there's something that is on my mind. I've just been thinking about, like, what is the purpose of all this stuff that I'm talking about and the work that I do? Like, what is the purpose of actually getting healthy in a society that is sick? And it's that there's this quote from Krishnamurti that you've probably heard many times before, that it is no sign of health to be well adjusted to a sick society. And that's something that really rings true for me these days. And I think that's definitely part of what was going on with me the past couple of years, maybe almost since I came out of my chronic illness through fasting and a simple diet. And if that's why you're on my channel, like, there's loads of videos and articles on my website that you can take a look at, which talk about how to heal yourself from all kinds of chronic autoimmune issues. So check that out if you're looking for tips on that. But this is going to be a bit more philosophical, I guess, because what's been going on with me is that, and I've been thinking about this quite a lot recently, and finally kind of figuring things out around this, because what happened to me was that I came out of this terrifying state of despair and bad health. Like, I was so sick for so long, like it was years. It was like 4 or 5 years that I was just too sick to socialize, too sick to work. I was in school. I hope you can hear me okay. There's a lot of wind here, as you can see. Yeah, I couldn't stay at school. I was studying illustration. I was studying illustration for a long time. Well, not for a long time, but I studied illustration for a year at a really cool college that I got into, and I had to stop halfway through because just my health wouldn't allow it, and it really sucked. And who knows what could have been if I'd kept going that route. Although, I don't know, I'm not particularly unhappy with the way things developed. Wow, look at those cliffs. It's just awe-inspiring. But yeah, what happened when I came out of that, I did, like you probably know if you've listened to my videos, I did a long 10-day fast, and then many other shorter fasts during the course of an entire summer. And yeah, got fully better, got fully healed, and it was obviously amazing, and it felt miraculous. Felt like I'd cracked a hole in the matrix somehow. And what struck me the most when I came back home and talked to all of the people who had known me all these years, who had known I'd been sick, who some of them had been really supportive, others had not really been there at all. And what struck me the most was how nonchalantly people took the news that I had managed to heal myself through fasting, through these concepts that I'd never really heard anybody talk of before. You know, I'd been to so many doctors asking for advice, and all they could give me was their goddamn pills and their drugs, and their stupidity as well. They're just stupid. Man, I gotta work through my anger at the doctors. Yeah. Anyway, they are stupid. Yeah. All I got was just the stupid advice on, you know, you need to just take the corticosteroids all your life. You're just going to be a patient your whole life. You just have to listen to the doctors. Do what we say, and you'll probably still be sick, and you'll have to deal with all the extra issues that come along with taking drugs every day. And when I came home and I told all these people about what I'd gone through, about my fasting experience and how I healed, and they could see it. Like, yeah, I was a bit skinny probably, but like my skin was perfect. I'd managed to get rid of these long-standing chronic autoimmune issues that I'd been dealing with for years and years and years. And the first thing that most people would say to me was, "Oh, did you do it? Did you have a doctor supervise you? Did you talk to? You need to go to a doctor and talk to a doctor about this, because I'm not sure you're supposed to do blah 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 blah." All this stuff, like, oh man, it just gets me so pissed when I start thinking about it. Like, how stupid do you have to be for real? Like, it was the doctors and the drugs that got me to this place. And you too, probably. And if not, you know, if it wasn't them that actually got you sick, then they're definitely keeping you sick. And that's part of the entire design of the thing. And it just pisses me off so much when people don't see this. But anyway, I started to, in the end, I stopped telling people. I stopped telling people what I did, how I'd gotten better. If people asked, I would tell them, but I would never start talking about it in the first place, because I simply couldn't deal with the sort of bovine questioning and sort of glazing over of the eyes, and people just wouldn't listen to what I had to say. And it was just so infuriating. And I knew people who were dealing with their own autoimmune issues, people who were dealing with allergies and intolerances and eczema and all kinds of stuff, who would have greatly benefited from my own experience, who just absolutely ignored it and acted as if nothing had happened, acted as if I was, you know, I was just lucky and blah, blah, blah. And that's when I started to realize, I think, that just how sick society is and how sick the people around us are. And it's not just the physical illness, it's a sickness of the mind. Like, there's a worm in the mind of so many people. It's burrowed down there since childhood, putting ideas into their heads that just are patently false, and propagandizing them and indoctrinating them into trusting people they shouldn't trust, trusting institutions that in no way should be trusted ever. And they've, like, these people and these institutions, they've shown again and again and again how they should not be trusted. And you don't have to look far. You just go on Wikipedia and read a few articles on the drug companies and on the medical industry as a whole, and governments and all this stuff. But people just won't do it. So many people are just stuck in some kind of blissful state of ignorance, and it just pisses the hell out of me. And they will fight tooth and nail for an ideology that is not theirs, that does not serve them. And it's just amazing. It's just amazing. And I wasn't really going to rant like this now. The topic of the video was finding the purpose for doing the work of healing. Because that's, honestly, that's just been a struggle for me in the last few years. Like after I started realizing this, just how stupid the system is, how stupid so many people are when it comes to this stuff. I was just like, why bother? Like, what do I gain from being healthy in a sick world? Which is, you know, obviously a pretty stupid question when you think about it, but that's kind of where I was. And I just felt like everything I was doing was just so pointless, and like I made myself healthy so that I could continue living in this weird matrix where, you know, where humanity is, I don't know, just suppressed. We're expected to just take drugs and work all day and do stuff we don't enjoy to impress people we don't like, and yada yada. And yeah, it took a while for me to kind of get out of that pit and start realizing like there is definitely more to all this stuff. And I think the purpose in all of this is just simply to just create your own life. And you can live in society still. You can take part in a lot of things, and not everything is toxic, obviously, but it's still like you need to go it alone. You need to do it for yourself. And you need to figure out just exactly how valuable is your life. How valuable is each and every minute of your life. You can do whatever you want, really, and that's kind of what I'm trying to get across to myself and to you guys as well. Is like, life is long. Life is full of opportunity. Life is just the world, the universe. There's just so much to see and do and experience, and so much love out there as well. Like there are good people out there, even though sometimes it's hard to find them, and sometimes it's just hard to just believe that all this good stuff is out there, especially if you've been going through like some deep illness like I was dealing with. Like something is just wrong with you to your core, and you don't know exactly what it is or how to fix it, and the people around you who are supposed to help you only make you sicker. Like, yeah, it's difficult to kind of, I don't know, find faith in humanity and in life again. And I think that's kind of where I am in my journey now, is finally this stuff is clicking. Like I'm figuring out that even though I healed myself physically, I still had a lot of work to do on my mind, on my just emotional body, so to speak. I had a lot of bad programming in my mind, and still probably do. But I'm finally finding ways out of all that and into a state of even higher thriving, because when I in 2019, when I finally became healthy again, and I came back home, and I started just exercising a lot and training a lot, and put on a lot of muscle, and started paying down the debt that I put myself in during my illness, and also started finishing my journeyman degree in carpentry, which in hindsight was a really good decision to do. Like I was kind of on and off whether I should pursue it or not, but now I'm really happy that I did. It's been really useful and a lot of fun as well. And yeah, I had a lot of motivation for life, obviously. Like I just come out of some really, really bad illness and hadn't really been able to do anything in my life for many years. Like every now and then I would go traveling or have some energy to do stuff, but mostly I was just sick. I was just sick at home all the time. It's just really sad to think back. Like these really valuable years between like 23 and 28, 23 and 27, or something like that. Like my mid-20s, just more or less gone. And it's not just bad luck. It's evil. It's just incompetence on such a level that it boggles the mind. Like the people who are supposed to be there for you, the doctors, the hospitals, all this stuff, they're supposed to be there for your health. And instead they just make you sicker. Like you go to them and they make you sicker. They give you stuff that makes you sicker. And they don't know what they're talking about. And they're stealing your money from you through taxes, in my country at least. And putting it into this system, which drives on hate. It hates human beings. It hates humanity as a whole. It has a reductionist, mechanical, sort of weird, sophistic, I don't know if you can say that, like the sophists in ancient Greek. Like they think they know everything. Yeah, they have this disgusting approach to their practice that's supposed to be a practice of healing, and instead they just make people sick, and they kill people, and they amputate limbs, and they take your organs, and these are just disgusting people. And if I can do something to stop what's going on in the world, then I will do that. But you know, I think that's kind of my purpose here is, well, no, maybe not. Like I'm obviously happy to be fighting evil, but I'd rather pursue the good. And I think that's the main reason for making these videos is to help other people get to the point of health that I managed to get to. Because another thing that this approach of fasting does is that it really, really expands your mind. Like when you try something that everybody thinks is stupid, which everybody thinks can never work, and just follow the doctor's advice and all that, and you do it and you figure out like, wow, I have all this power over my own body, over my own mind, and over my own life to heal myself. It just completely shatters every paradigm that you have, and you have a chance to rebuild something much, much greater, and something that really, really serves you and helps you get to the place that you want to be. And I think that's the purpose that I'm giving myself here. It's to help people to figure this shit out, because it wasn't easy for me, and even though you have my videos and you have what I'm talking about here, it's not going to be easy for you either. It's a difficult path, and it does hurt to kind of break and shatter these paradigms that we've built up and get out of the propaganda and the indoctrination that we've been put through. But it's totally worth it, I believe, in the end. And we will, I don't know, in the end, we're all just individuals. We're all just people who want to live our best life, feel good, surround ourselves with, you know, hopefully attractive people that we love, and just do stuff we enjoy, build value. Like, I think this is just the human imperative, really, and it's just been suppressed. And that's what we need to find again. That's what I'm trying to find again. So let me just end this video here. My name is Tolly Bryn. You were watching The Joy of Awareness. Hope you love this video. If you do, like it and subscribe. You can check out my books. I've got 2 books out already, Health Simplified and Mind Reclaimed. You'll enjoy both of them for sure. I'll leave links down below. You can check out my website as well, which is joyofawareness.com, full of some really cool articles, and you'll definitely enjoy that as well. But see you next time. Peace.